Recently, good old Papa Phil Spencer, CEO of Xbox, came out during an interview to essentially say, as the article's headline reads, that Xbox's transformation into focusing on a multi-platform presence is caused by Generation Z. When asked about producing video games exclusive to the Xbox, he cites that it can cost upwards to $300 million to build a video game these days, and the case for exclusivity gets pressured as the cost of the games go up. In other words, when you're dropping racks upon racks on a game greenlit by Microsoft Studios, perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to diversify the means of obtaining the game for the consumer. Because money. No longer are people pledging allegiance to one specific console like we saw in the past with the good old console war. Well, maybe some people. But when it comes to the target demographic that a lot of these video games are made for, Phil Spencer emphasizes the fact that this demographic, aka current, young adults and teens and so on, consume media that isn't specifically tied to one device. He also makes note of the fact that catering to this demographic, Generation Z, is notably a challenge for the company. So yeah, kids with your fancy subscriptions and gaming laptops, you are the reason why Xbox does not have the presence that it once had. Xbox's shortcomings certainly don't come from splashing billions on titles and studios, and don't even dare say that maybe Xbox should release some good exclusives. Because no, it's the kids with their 3 fucking consoles and TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Skibbity Toilet that Microsoft has to cater to that's the ultimate problem. In the same previously mentioned article, Phil Spencer backs up his decision making by stating that, quote, "This notion that Xbox can be this one device that plugs into a television isn't something we see in the Gen Z research." Okay, now what the fuck is Gen Z research? I'm pretty sure Gen Z research is Phil Spencer walking around the mall asking young people what video game console they play, only for him to realize that not all the answers are Xbox. So he goes back to his board meeting in front of all the, men in suits and ties. He's like, "Look, guys, these Gen Z people, it's not Xbox that's the problem. It's the fact that they're consuming other things outside of Xbox that's the problem." You know what, Phil Spencer? You scrumptious man. The reason why we're here, the reason why you're third behind the Switch and the PS5, why those two are slam dunking on you, is simply because they make quality exclusive games. Nintendo drops bangers that are exclusive to their console to incentivize people to purchase their product. You don't see them having to compensate with the rest of the competition by making a Nintendo Game Pass. Instead, they have one of the biggest presence in modern gaming, in the gaming industry as a whole, as we speak, because they just know how to make good fucking games. Xbox does the opposite by going on a shopping spree of buying studios in a gamble that at least one of them will drop a game that can at least rival Spider-Man or Baldur's Gate. And what is Xbox even working towards with expanding the Game Pass? Having it on the PS5 or the Nintendo Switch? Well, if they did that, there goes any reason or incentive to buy an Xbox Series X. And I don't have the exact numbers, right? But I cannot imagine Xbox as a subscription service could even rival the revenue that a potential flagship Xbox console could make, nor even simply coming close to representing an attention-grabbing piece of the pie chart that is the Microsoft yearly revenue report. So Microsoft, Xbox, and Papa Phil Spencer, quit blaming kids for your failed gambles. Leave the console war to the professionals.